So today I have been working on the bow for the hairpiece. So what I've done is I've taken a really lightweight interfacing. It's really sort of lightweight. It's an iron-on one. And I've just ironed it onto the back. Okay, so that's my back done. It's just going to give it that just extra bit of stability there. This fabric was already starched, and this fabric is 16 inches by 4 inches. So I'm just going to do that. So now I'm going to just fold it in half like that, and then just finger press it all the way down. Okay, right the way along. Of that, and then I'll just quickly whiz that to the iron and pop the iron over that. Okay, so there's your piece, and it's been ironed in half. So we're just going to take it like so. I'm going to fold it in half like that, so that these two ends here, these are the ones which have got the fold in them, and we're going to come up from there, and we're just going to cut a diagonal. Doesn't have to be anything perfect, but nice to have it exactly the same. Okay, and then we're going to come over onto our sewing machine, and we're going to stitch from here. We're going to stitch up here, along here. We're going to leave an inch gap in the middle so that we can turn it out through. Now come along here and down here. I'm going to stitch this one today at 1/4 of an inch. So let's go to the sewing machine. So I'm just coming on for the bow, and I'm just going to stitch it just along the edge, and I'm going to stitch it at 1/4 of an inch. If you prefer to put a 1/4 of an inch bit on it, you can do. If not, you can just judge. Put my needle in down position. And we're coming along here now and doing it along. And when we get to the centre, which is there, we are going to leave a gap of about an inch. So I'm going to do reverse, stitch it, lift it, move it along about an inch, and then come in and finish it off. Back stitch. Turn here. That point. Okay, I'll do a back stitch in there. Okay, and then we'll go to the table. So here is the ribbon which I've done, and I've gone all the way across, and then I've just going to turn it the right way round. Okay, so I'm just going to put that through. I'm going to do my forceps as well. You might just be able to grab hold of it and do it, because my hands don't work all that well doing stuff. These are the type of forceps you get for when you do it with people for fishing and that, for taking hooks out, I think. Something like that. I don't think they're hospital ones. I just bought at like a little cheap shop. And I got 2 pairs, and I think they were £1.50, so, and I've used them loads, so, which is quite good. There we are, it's coming out now. I'll get out a bit with this stick. There we go. So I'm just going to take the end of my forceps, because they're quite blunt, and pop them in there and just push that end so I get a nice bit of a point coming out there. The end of my ribbon, like that. This is quite an easy one to do, not like the others where it's taken a lot of work. This is going to be quite easy. What I did think was that if you wanted to, you could decorate the ribbon up by putting diamantes or something like that if you wanted to onto it. Right, so there it is. So I'm just going to take this over to the to the ironing board and give that a quick press down all the way along. Okay, So what you want to do is you've got your middle, find the middle of your ribbon, okay, here. And what we're going to do from here, and I'm going to go from the inside, is we're going to go up one, like that, and then pop the needle through it. Like that. You'll probably be able to do this better than me. My hands for this don't work all that well. So then you're going to make another mountain like that, and then pop it in through the bottom of the valley down there at the bottom. Okay, like so. There you go. So you've got your two like that, and then you're going to make one more mountain just like that, and then go through the bottom of it like that. Okay, fill that like that. So you should have a piece which looks like that, and then you can wrap your thread around it a couple of times. Okay, and then just push your thread through, and that just hold the whole your needle through the whole of it, which is a bit hard because that's quite thick, and that'll just hold that for a minute. Okay, so you've got that. Let me just come in there, and then we're going to come around and we're going to pull this piece in and this piece in like so, and we're going to concertina. You can just come in and do it like this if you want to. So that goes in behind. You can stitch this if you'd rather, and then that one comes in behind like that. So you're going to get like a perfect sort of bow with the pieces not one over the other, if you know what I mean. So it'll come like that more, rather than having one at the top and one at the bottom. I just need to pull that one a tiny bit, make sure that that's even. There we go, that's it. Pull that around there again, and so you've got a nice tight loop on that, and then just tie that off in the centre. That's about even, is it? Let's just fold it in half and see. Yeah, pretty even. That's not too bad. Okay, and then I'm just going to tighten that off in that centre there and tie a knot in it with the thread. It's pretty simple, so you can just do that like that. And there you go. Okay. Got that, those two pieces like that, and then we're going to get the next piece. There we are. So that's that like that. Got those like that, and that's all showing up so that it looks like it's on the front. There, just like that. And then we'll grab the next piece. Okay. So we're just going to come in and we're going to do the centre of our ribbon, and you need a piece about 3 inches long, and this is 2 inches wide. So I'm just going to come along here. I'm just going to stitch that on and okay. That should do it. I'll just do it back side. I'm just going to turn this, and then I'm going to take it to the iron and open it so that the seam is at the back. Okay. Deer's head's on the right way around. And that is going to sit on the top of it like that. Is it better? I think it might be better that side. Just work out which side is working best for you, and I will show you how to do that later on. That's a better side. So that's going to be the centre of my bow. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and I'm going to fold this piece under like that. There. Like that, and I'm going to just stitch that in place, and then I'll come in with the hair piece which attaches it. So I'll go and get the hair piece. Okay, so I have a clip here which is going to go onto the back of it. Yeah, it goes on that way, I think. No, that bit goes on there like that. Yeah, it goes on like that. Okay, just tied a knot in my end of my cotton. There we go. Okay, so cut the so that's that one. I'm just going to come in there and just come into the back of it, just get my knots stabilised in there. 2. Right, and pop that on. Gotta go like, yeah, like that. That's it. It's quite a strong clampy bit, so I'm gonna stitch that on a couple of times. One there and another one in through that side. Oops. Let's see if I can do that. Open it again. That's it. And then in there. So that's just holding it on. Now you can, if you'd rather, put this on with just glue, hot glue gun, and that works really well. So it's going to show you that you can just do it with needle and thread if you want to. Right, so that's on and in place. And then we come in with these pieces here. And I do like the little Bambi, so I think I will have him on the outside. Okay, so I'm just going to bring that in and lift this up. Pop that inside of it. Like so, and then I'm going to bring that one in. And I'll do that one after. So this one, I'm just going to come in and fold it underneath there, like that. Can you see? So I've just folded it down under the little clip. And I'm just going to come in and I'm going to stitch that all the way along to the ribbon itself. As I say, if you prefer to use hot glue gun, the hot glue gun is quicker and it's probably a little tiny bit more neater. So just wanted to show you that you don't need to have a glue gun. You can just come in with a needle and thread and just do the whole thing with a needle and thread. Stitching along here just takes a few more minutes than it would with the hot glue gun. Sometimes the hot glue can pull away from it after the child's been wearing it for a while, especially if they pull it at it a lot. You know, that can happen. There we go. So I'm just going to knot that one and then I'll rethread my needle because I'm running out of thread. There, 1 and 2. There we go, I'll just get a bit more thread and then we'll do the other side. Pretty simple one today. So for this one I've got my knot done on the end of my cotton. I'm just going to trim the end there. Right, so you've got your piece coming here around the bow like that. It's all looking pretty. Just pull it as tight as you can get it and then fold it back down in under because you don't want any ends or anything, and then we're just going to come in and literally sew that piece to that piece. I'm just going to come in first, just in a little bit so I can hide the end of that knot there, and then I'm just going to stitch this piece here onto this piece here like that. I'm going to do that the whole way along. Just catch that end, it looks like it's sticking up a little bit. Sewing on that board is really helpful because if you do get a bit which just won't go through, just watch out that you're not getting tangled up in the end of that thing there. I went in and I got these from, I think this was Superdrug or somewhere like that, these little clips. They do sell them in Poundland as well. So just like, you know, I found these tended to hold a little bit better in the younger children's hair. I think they were probably about £1 for the pack, I think. And you got like 10 in the pack, so that's plenty enough to do whatever you want with it. That's all stitched along. Just knot it up here. So as you can see, that is a little bit more messier than what you'd have it if you had it with the what do you call it, hot glue gun. But it's not too bad at all. So that's that one done. Alright, so that one there is now going to hold that in there, and that will be our beautiful little bow, all ready to go in your child's hair. Just grab and take that end off this side. There we go, so that's all finished. So there it is, our beautiful little bow. I'll let you have a look at it. It looks like in Corey's hair. So there it is in Corey's hair. It's looking really cute. I think that will really look brilliant with the dress and everything else. So I'm really pleased with that one. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you would like to subscribe, we would be really happy to have you. Goodbye.